Hi, the question is a very interesting one. I'm entering into an interview panel where my co-interviewees or the guys who that's doing are all 99th percentile plus holders. And sometimes it's unnerving, it's intimidating. How do I handle that? To be very honest, I can tell you that the guys who've got 99.5, 99.6, they're also thinking, I've come this far, can I go to the next step? So it's not unusual. Don't assume that the guys who've got that, cracked that exam are having no pressure. Sometimes having a big head start puts its own kind of pressure. It becomes defensive. I've done this. I knew when I was attending my interviews that I had a big head start through my CAT score. I got all the calls and I knew CAT was my strength. But I went into every interview thinking, look, somehow I shouldn't mess up. Somehow I shouldn't mess up. And that messed with my mind. And so this attitude of, look, I've already have a lead. I shouldn't mess up. All I need to do is keep my head above water and I'll be good. Completely killed my performance. I think a version of this happened to Raghu also. If you're thinking you're carrying one kind of inhibition, everybody is carrying that. That's something to keep in mind. Second thing, the weightage given typically to interviews, the second phase is 40%. And we've had, you can swing your scenario with interviews. And we've had instances of guys who got through the wait list for interview or interview by the skin of their teeth, just by this much. You can figure that out, you can infer that, who have then been shortlisted for Aditya Birla Scholarship. They've ended in the top 10, top 20 in their batch, going into IIM Ahmedabad. But they barely qualified for the interview. So their interview performance has been so spectacular that from end of the pile, they've gone to the top 20. So the interview can swing things. So back yourself to do that. Don't think of it as too aggressive. Don't go and saying, look, that guy's got 99.3, I've got 98.2. I need to do so much better. Let me go and attack this interview. Don't do all that. And don't add another layer of interpretation to your percentile scores. You've been called, you have a chance. The weightage is huge and the weightage can swing things. The professors are very smart. So they have a mechanism to say, I will select agnostic of the percentile if the person is here. Otherwise, they won't do this interview thing. They want practically, they'll give their scores. I'll tell you how they do these scores. They'll be, each of them will have to give marks out of 10 for say 5 categories. 10, 10, 10, 10, 5 out of 50. So if I were a professor, the way I would do it, or an alumnus, the way I would do it is, I would typically give all my candidate marks to be between 25 and 30. They'll all add up. Most of them will be there. And then I'll have a few that are 8, 9, 10. That means I'm basically saying, vis-a-vis my mean, these candidates are a no-no. And a few I'll have 43, 44, they'll swing in. So one professor can swing the scores and they know how to manipulate it. They know statistics, they know numbers. And so if you're in with the interview, you have a shot. You have a shot. And then because the weightage given to interview, you have a significant chance. You have a very good chance of clearing it. So everybody else's scores, everybody else's marks, percentiles, grades, none of those matter. If you're carrying some kind of preconceived notion about your score and how you're doing, very likely that the poor guy who's got 99.7 or 99.8 is also fighting his or her own demons. And so don't, just because somebody's got 99.7, 99.8 doesn't mean they're the complete finished article. There are so many who are masterful at clearing an exam and then they have imposter syndrome of having cleared the exam, or they don't have interview savvy, they're not prepared well for their interview, they don't know how to present themselves. And so each of us has our own, you prepare well, you prepare with conviction, you prepare with full belief. Go there, do your best, give yourself a chance. As much as possible, shut yourself off with all these second order, third order variables. If in case that guy doesn't well and the professor like this, then my chances will improve. Who cares? As probably most of these things don't even pan out. Don't do this overthinking bit before the exam. You tell yourself, I'm here because the institute believes I have a chance. I believe I have a chance. Go swing, go for, and then let's hope for the best. Right? Best wishes for it.